Hello friends, I am Ankit Parekh. Welcome you to this video lecture. In our previous lecture, we were discussing about vectors, right? The basic things regarding vector, how the head is indicating direction, the length is indicating magnitude, all we have studied in our previous lecture. Let us move further in the topic. See, today we are going to study types of vectors. Okay. See, in type of vectors, the first type is called polar vectors. Okay, polar vector. The vector which starts from a point, right, is called polar vector. Again, this is called its tail, head, length is equals to magnitude. Okay, this length is magnitude. So these are called polar vectors. You please write down the definition of polar vector, that its starting point of a vector is known, or the point of application is known. They are called polar vectors. The starting point is known. Suppose this point is O, right? This is called starting point, right? If it is known, then you can say this kind of vector is polar vector. Now second type is called axial vector. Okay, this kind of vectors generally we use in rotational motion. So let us just assume a disk is rotating, okay, rotating like this. So its axis will be either upward or downward. That purely depends on in which direction the disk is rotating, anti-clockwise or clockwise. That we can solve by right hand thumb rule. See this. Suppose this is a disk. The disk is in this plane, okay, horizontal plane, and the center of the disk, this is the axis which is passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane of rotation. This is called axis, okay, which is perpendicular. This is the plane. This is the plane, in which the disk is rotating, and your axis is perpendicular to this. Understood? If the disk is rotating like this, anti-clockwise, like this, right hand thumb rule, your vector is in upward direction, so that they are called axial vectors. Okay, they are called which vectors? Axial vectors. Suppose the disk is rotating in clockwise direction. See, this is clockwise. Then your axial vector is in downward direction according to right hand thumb rule. Keep your fingers in the direction of motion, and thumb is showing you the direction of axial vector. So you can say angular velocity, then angular acceleration, torque, etc. are this kind of vectors. Okay, this all we are going to study in rotational motion, that is chapter of your textbook, of your syllabus. But right now you just remember those vectors which are representing the rotational motion, right? Perpendicular to the motion of rotation, perpendicular to the direction of rotation. They are called axial vectors. Please write down all these things. Okay. Now, next. Okay. Third is equal vector. Okay. What equal vector is? Where two vectors, suppose this is vector A. Okay, this is vector A and this is vector B. You just look at these two vectors, vector A and vector B. These two are exactly equal in magnitude and parallel to each other. So directions are also same and magnitude is also same. So equal vectors are having equal magnitude as well as direction. Okay, so you can say vector A is equals to vector B. These are called equal vectors. Okay, now fourth cadre of vector is parallel vectors. Parallel vectors. So this is vector A, this is vector B. See the difference between these two diagrams. In first diagram, both vectors are having same direction as well as same magnitude. Here these two are only parallel to each other, only directions are same, magnitude is not same. So you can say having equal direction or theta 0. Understood now? Theta 0. In our previous lecture we have discussed about angle between two vectors. The parallel lines having 0 angle between these two. So you can say these are parallel vectors and having same direction, magnitudes are not same. Fourth, you can say anti-parallel vectors. Okay. In this kind of vector, both vectors A and B. Okay. These two are parallel or anti-parallel? Anti-parallel. If you try to, write these vectors on a same point, so this will be of vector A and this will be of vector B. So angle between these two, theta, you can say 180 degree. Okay, so opposite direction, theta is 180 in between. Fine. Which vectors are equal vector, parallel vector, anti-parallel vector? Okay, after that let us write about opposite vectors. You please note down this. Oh, this was fifth, huh? This was fifth. 4, 5. Fifth time. Opposite vector, or you can say negative vector. Okay, so here is A, here is B. Understood? Equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Okay, which kind of vector these are? Opposite vectors. Understood? So this is opposite vectors. Now seventh, magnitudes of A and B are same. Let me finish this first. A is equals to B, or you can write mod A is equals to mod B. These are the methods to write magnitudes. Okay, but directions are exactly opposite. A is moving in this direction, B is in this direction. Angle between these two is 180 degree. These two are not parallel, these two are anti-parallel vectors. Okay, now seventh, coplanar vectors. Coplanar is what? Sharing a common plane. or lying in same plane. So this is vector A. Okay, this is vector B. Understood? So these vectors are in same plane. These vectors are in same plane. But suppose I'll say this is vector C in this plane. Say this is vector C. So here vector C is like this. So A and B are in same plane. C is not in the same plane. Okay. So A, B are coplanar vector, but vector C like this. Suppose one vector, the plane is like this. You understood? Say vector C. Okay. Suppose here is vector A, vector B, vector C is in this plane. All three are not in same plane. These planes are sharing some angle. Okay. Write down, here is some diagram of non-coplanar vectors. Okay. This is this A and B are coplanar vectors. C is not a coplanar vector, that is in some different plane. So they are called non-coplanar vector. Understood? Write down all these things. Unit vector, and ninth is zero vector. This unit vector I am going to discuss after the one topic, which is resolution of vector in 2 dimension and 3 dimension. Okay, so spare some space for this unit vector. I'll derive it afterwards. But zero vectors whose magnitude is 0, or you can say null vector, which is generally denoted by 0. Okay, null vector, zero vector, write down all these things. Fine. Let us move into resolution of vectors in 2 dimension. Okay. Resolution of vector in 2 dimension. Okay, after that we are going to discuss for 3 dimension also. Say this is x-axis, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, negative y, negative x. Okay, you must know what coordinate geometry is. This point is say 0, 0. First is called x coordinate and this is called y coordinate. Right. Now let me draw a vector which is making an angle of theta. First I'll say alpha. Say alpha is theta. This is vector A. Length of vector A, this length of vector A is representing its magnitude. In the direction of arrow, which is called head of the vector. Okay. So I can write like this. Magnitude of this vector is A. Let me draw a perpendicular line from the head of A to x-axis. This line is perpendicular to x-axis. Okay. Now, if this angle is theta, and obviously angle between these two axes is 90, so this angle, if you say beta, which is 90 minus theta. Understood now? This vector A this is vector A, making an angle of theta with x-axis, or you can say alpha with x-axis, and beta, which is 90 minus theta with y-axis. So this is vector A. Its magnitude, this magnitude of this is A. Now for this triangle, say I'll say O, P, and Q, and say this point is on y-axis, Q dash. Understood? Now the magnitude of this OQ, say A. Okay, for this triangle you can say cos theta is adjacent upon hypotenuse, OP upon OQ. Therefore OP is equals to OQ into cos theta. OQ is A, so you can write OP is equals to A cos theta. OP is what? A cos theta. Here A cos theta is called projection of vector on x-axis. What is projection? If you throw light from this direction, the shadow of this line, this vector A on x-axis, that will be exactly equivalent to OP. That will be exactly equivalent to OP, which is called x coordinate. Okay, that is called x coordinate, or you can say projection of vector A on x-axis. This is projection of vector A on x-axis. Okay, so this length is called A cos theta. You can say this is AX, x coordinate. Okay, AX is x coordinate of vector. Same way, let me just repeat this thing for sin theta. Okay, what is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. Sin theta is PQ upon OQ. Therefore PQ is equals to OQ sin theta, where OQ is A. Length of OQ is named as A, magnitude of vector A sin theta. You just check this. PQ is exactly similar to OQ dash. These two lengths are same, these two. So I can say OQ dash. Instead of this PQ, I have written OQ dash, which is A sin theta, this. So this is A sin theta. Same way you can say this is A sin theta. This coordinate is AY. This coordinate is AX. Okay, what is AY? AY is A sin theta. You can say projection of vector on which axis? On y axis. Very simple. Okay, this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate. Now for this triangle OPQ, you can say this is 90-degree angle according to Pythagoras law. The sides which are containing right angle, okay, sum of their square is equals to square of the hypotenuse. For triangle OPQ, measure angle P is 90 degree. Okay, angle P is what? 90 degree. I can write OQ square is equals to OP square plus PQ square. Okay, what is this? OP, AX. OP is what? AX. So AX square. PQ is AY. This is AY. Simple. AY square. And OQ is A square. Therefore, magnitude A. Okay, taking square root both sides, you can write under root ax square plus ay square. Ax square plus ay square. I can prove this. Ax is what? A cos theta. Ay is a sin theta. Instead of ax, you can write a cos theta. So a square cos square theta plus a square sin square theta. You get a square common. Cos square theta plus sin square theta. That will be 1 only. Okay. So this is what magnitude of vector A, that can be written as A or mod A. Okay, this can be written as mod A also. These are the symbols of magnitude of vectors. Okay, now slope of vector, or you can say direction of vector. If you remember, I have explained you in the basic maths bridge course that tan theta is the slope. Tan theta is the slope for any line. So here you can say, what is your sin theta? Your sin theta is this. Ax is what? Is a cos theta, and sin theta is ax is aay is a sin theta. Ax a cos theta, ay a sin theta. Let me just do this. Tan theta, which is m, which is slope, or you can say direction. Okay, what is that? Ay by ax. Ay is a sin theta upon ax a cos theta. You can write tan theta. Ay upon ax, where theta is equals to tan inverse ay upon ax, y coordinate upon x coordinate, or you can say y component upon x component. Ay is y component of vector A and ax is x component of vector A. So this is showing you the direction of vector. Okay, this was magnitude of vector. This is direction of vector. But the whole process is for 2 dimension. The whole process is for 2 dimension, not for 3 dimension. Okay, this was what? Resolution of vector in 2 dimension. Simple, sir. A cos theta, A sin theta. Hypotenuse is your vector A. Now you gradually decreasing the theta. Okay, the value of ax is decreasing, value of ax is increasing, and value of ay is decreasing. Now you gently just increase the value of theta. That a sin theta is increasing and a cos theta is decreasing. Very simple thing. Okay, so this was what basically the representation of vector, resolution of vector in 2 dimension. Write down this. Okay, resolution of vector in 3 dimension. Okay, now see, this is x axis, this is your y axis, and z axis is not this, but actually it is towards you, 3 dimension. I cannot draw right now. So you understand, angle between x and z is 90, y and x is 90, y and z is 90. Okay, now let me draw a vector like this, which is making an angle of alpha with x. The vector is not in xy plane, the vector is like this. This is the vector. Understood? It's not like this. The vector is this, which is making an angle of beta with y-axis. Here alpha plus beta is not 90 because the vector is not this, vector is like this. Okay, and it is making an angle of gamma with z-axis. We have studied ax and ay. ax and ay was what? A cos theta, a sin theta, but that a sin theta for y component, it was basically a cos beta. Let me show you this. Suppose this is vector a, x, y in 2 dimensions. Just we have studied alpha, beta. You can say this thing, okay, alpha and beta. Fine. So this is a cos beta and this is a cos alpha. By chance alpha plus beta is 90, so you can say alpha is theta and beta is 90 minus theta. So here you can write cos 90 minus theta will be sin theta. Okay, that is for 2 dimension. Now we are discussing about 3 dimension. So this vector a, whose magnitude is a, is making an angle of alpha with x-axis, beta with y-axis and gamma with z-axis. Here you cannot say alpha plus beta is 90 or alpha plus beta plus gamma is 90. Okay, the sum is not 90. It was in 2 dimension, not possible in 3 dimension. Okay. It could be, but not necessarily. Now, 3 components: ax, ay, az. Ax is a cos alpha, ay is a cos beta, and az is a cos gamma. Understood? And magnitude of a is ax square plus ay square plus az square. Understood? This is what? Magnitude of vector A. This is magnitude of vector A. You can write like this also. Understood? Fine. So let me show you this vector in 3 dimension. This is a box. Okay. So x-axis, say y-axis, and say z-axis. Understood? This will be the vector A, which is making an angle of alpha with x, beta with y, and gamma with z. So this is your vector A. Here you can say like this. Okay, understood? A cos gamma, this is A cos gamma. This is A cos beta, and this is A cos alpha. Okay, understood? A cos alpha, A cos beta, A cos gamma. Ax, ay, az is basically what? Projection of vector A on x-axis, projection of vector A on y-axis, and projection of vector A on z-axis. So these are projections of vector A and resolution of vector in 3 dimension. Let us discuss about the direction and everything. But first of all, you write down this and also write this: cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1. We can prove this. I can prove this. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1. First of all, you write down this, then we are going to prove this. I have written this cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1 for resolution of vector in 3 dimension. Let me prove this. How? See, ax is a cos alpha. Therefore, you can write ax by a is your cos alpha. Same way, ay by a is your cos beta, and az by a is your cos gamma. Okay, this is for alpha, beta, and gamma. X coordinate, x component, y coordinate, y component, z coordinate, z component. Let us just say LHS is equals to cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Okay. Now, what is cos alpha? Ax upon a whole square plus ay upon a whole square plus az upon a whole square. You can say ax square plus ay square plus az square. See, a square in denominator of all three, you can write like this: a square. Okay, ax square plus ay square plus az square. That is a square only, no? Why so? I have written a is equals to under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Okay, I have explained you this few minutes before. So, squaring both sides, ax square plus ay square plus az square. So, a square upon a square is 1, which is RHS. Proved? Okay, fine. Write down this. One more thing I need to prove. Okay, I hope you people are making notes with this. Write down this so I can rub. Okay, fine. Now, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, where alpha, beta, and gamma are angles made by vectors. Vector A with x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis respectively. So, you can say cos square alpha is 1 minus sin square alpha. Cos square beta is 1 minus sin square beta. And cos square gamma is 1 minus sin square gamma, which is equal to 1. Okay, that is mathematically proved. So, 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 1 is equals to sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. This one gone. 2 is equals to sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. Okay, please remember these two results for resolution of vector in 3D. Okay, so these are useful for MCQ. Only for this, write down. Okay, now if you remember, we have left one topic, say unit vector. So I have told you that I'll explain that topic afterwards. Okay, वो घड़ी आ गई, देख लीजिए. See, unit vector can be defined as vector upon the magnitude of vector. Okay, now any vector can be represented by this x coordinate, y coordinate, okay, and z coordinate, z axis. If I'll say the vector is this, so this point is 0, 0, 0, and in 3 dimension this point say 1, 2, 3. So this is x component, y component, z component. You can say ax is a cos alpha, ay is a cos beta, and az is a cos gamma. Now let me introduce these things: I cap, j cap, k cap, or you can say I caret, j caret, k caret. What is that? I is x coordinate, sorry, unit vector in direction of x coordinate, unit vector in direction of y axis, here I should say axis, and k cap is unit vector in direction of z axis. Okay, fine. Now suppose I'll say this is 1, 2, 3. It means effect of the vector in x direction is 1, effect of the vector in y direction is 2, and effect of vector in z direction is 3. So vector can be represented as ax I cap, ay j cap, az k cap, 1 I cap, 2 j cap, 3 k cap. Okay, this is the method to represent a vector. 1 I cap, 2 j cap, 3 k cap. I cap is for x coordinate, j cap is for y coordinate, k cap is for z coordinate. Okay, these are called unit vectors. Now, if I want to find unit vector in direction of A, that is called NA cap. Unit vector in direction of A is called NA cap. Vector upon its magnitude. What is the vector? 1 I cap, 2 j cap, 3 k cap upon. See, vector upon its magnitude. You can say NA cap is vector A upon magnitude of A, or can be written as vector A upon A, its magnitude. Now what should be the magnitude of this 1, 2, 3? That is under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Here ax is what? 1, 2 is ay, 3 is az. So answer is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. That can be written as 1 plus 4 plus 9, 1 plus 4 plus 9, which is root 14. Keep it as root 14. So your root 14. NA cap 1 upon root 14 I cap, 1 upon root 14 j cap, and 1 upon root 14 k cap. Why it is called unit vector? Because its magnitude is 1 only. Oh, sorry, here 2 upon root 14, 3 upon root 14. Understood? Magnitude of unit vector is 1 only. That's why it is called unit vector. Magnitude of this vector, unit vector, any of the unit vector in universe is 1. That's why it is called unit vector. Now what is I cap, j cap and k cap? So if you say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, understood? So this distance, this is called I cap. If you say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so this distance is called j cap. If you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on z axis, this distance is k cap. Okay, I cap, j cap, k cap, unit vector in x direction, in direction of x axis, in y axis, in z axis respectively. I cap, j cap, k cap. Any of the vector whose magnitude can be represented by under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. Okay, unit vector in that direction is n a cap, 1 I cap, 2 j cap, 3 k cap, under root magnitude of that, and you can write the answer like this. So this was all about type of vectors, its resolution in 2 dimension, 3 dimension. In our next lecture, we are going to discuss the numericals or MCQs based on these topics. Okay, and lot more things, that addition of factor, subtraction of factor, multiplication or division, dot product, cross product, everything that we are going to cover in our next lecture. So stay tuned, stay safe, stay home, bye.